Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our /justNoMIL. In today's episode. Oh, you didn't mean that. Humility. My mom's turn. Back to my MIL. I won again. Double trouble. Accidentally set her up. Accidentally learned how to expose her. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Oh, you didn't mean that. Backstory: husband has my back about his mom now, but used to say stuff like, "Oh, my mom didn't mean it like that," when I would call out her passive aggressiveness. Hashtag we've fixed that, so save the go to therapy and your husband's spine. Comments, please. MIL's main goals are to insinuate that I am fat or will one day be fat, so I figured that his dismissive comments he used to make were probably installed by his mother, right? So I started pulling her own bullshit on her. Whenever she makes a passive-aggressive comment to me about my weight or says something unspeakably rude, I shrug and say, "Oh, you don't mean that," or "You didn't mean it that way, I'm sure." Guys, it makes her so mad because not only do I not get upset, but I spin the table back on her. It's like I'm saying to her, "I know your game and it doesn't work on me, and you're nothing to me." Plus then FAL jumps in and is like, "Saved by, you're not fat at all." And that really makes for a sour face. Plus then FAL jumps in and is like, "Saved by, you're not fat at all." In earshot of your MIL the next time FAL defends his DIL, FAL, "You're just about the most darling man I've ever met." Now I know where my sweet husband gets it from. Cat butt face for miles. I promise you. I think I am in love with you. This is so good. Stealing this technique. I mean, not only does it entirely ruin the MIL's fun, because she has to at least pretend you're right, or the whole mask is off, but it preempts the FM's defense of her in front of them, so they can see how uncomfortable their justification actually made the MIL. Honestly, just such a master move. Well done. Please by all means arm yourself. I suffered for years at the hands of mine, and forums like this have helped me not only with MIL but with coworkers, neighbors, heck even to win minor arguments. MIL, it's really quite sad that you feel so insecure about your own weight that you constantly make comments about mine. For literally any other woman this would work, but for mine she can switch that into "you or me and you called me fat." Not getting mad is the most brilliant defense ever. It's the long step that takes you out of adolescent gray rocking to being the only adult in the room. Congratulations. Oh, bless your heart, I'm sure you didn't mean that to sound so catty, did you? I just can't ever believe you'd want to sound so catty. It'd just hurt my feelings for days if I thought you meant that the way it sounded just now, and I know you would never. Make it bless your little ol' heart, and you've got it. When you get tired of that line talking to yourself again, Mill? Humility. Friend had a baby shower and her MIL was in attendance. I do not like this woman after the way she behaved at my friend's wedding. I will save that for another time. So for story's sake we will call her MIL Tammy. Tammy immediately greeted me at the venue and tried to tell me how to play all the games. This would be routine hostess behavior, but she wasn't the hostess. One game was guess the baby picture, and you were to match friend's husband, and the parents/in-laws' baby pictures to their names. As I'm trying to play this game and admire the baby photos, Tammy waddles up to me, taps a picture of an adult and says to me, "You know who this is, don't you?" I was like, "No. I don't." Mind you, I've never had a conversation with this woman. So she says, "Look at me and look at the photo." "It's me," I blinked and said. "They said these were supposed to be baby photos." Tammy says, "I know, but I don't have baby photos. I'm Tammy, the future father's mother, TAMMY. I glared at her and said, "I'm trying to play this game. Please stop." And she immediately pointed to the next photo one after another and told me all their names. I was pissed. Friend's mom was the hostess and this bitch was ruining Friend's little game. So I walked up to her mom and said, Tammy is giving everyone the answers, and Tammy started to deny it, and I loudly shouted, liar friend, and her mom hate her MIL too, so this got me some smiles. Then his friend opened gifts. Every third gift Tammy announced loudly they didn't have that when I had kids, and would just generally say attention-seeking things that everyone ignored. Friend was annoyed with her, but what really made me smile was when friend's mom proudly announced she was retiring to watch friend's baby full-time for free. MIL wasn't mentioned when it came to childcare. Gotta love yes mothers. I honestly now want to call all the militas Tammy. It just fits so well, lol. I'm down, but isn't there a newer Mil named Tammy? I remember when my friend's creeper stepfather, who she hated and was on VLC with, was going around at friend's wedding telling everyone he planned and paid for my friend's beautiful, very personal wedding. He did not. He was barely even invited. I went and whispered this to friend and her MOH. MOH got up and made a speech about what a good job friend and her new husband did planning the wedding, and that they were the only one to deserve credit for everyone good time. It was grand. My mom's turn. My mother is typically very supportive, but when she found out she is to be a grandmother in few months, she launched into a rant about how I need to stay home with my babies and how dare I contemplate allowing a stranger to raise my children. My mom was a psalm and completely smothered my brother, sister, and I. All three of us have social issues and anxiety/depression from her overbearing obsessive ways. Her relationship with my father suffered dramatically, and I don't want the same for my kid. Help! You're not the parents, so you don't get a vote. Louder for the people in the back. You made your choices, Mom, and I get to make mine. Hubby and I have made that decision together as Squish's parents. Squish will only benefit from the interaction with other children and other adults. If, when she continues and doesn't take any of the above as final, you may need to go nuclear and say something along the lines of asked and answered, or Mom, we've talked about this. I don't want to talk about it again. If you don't have anything else to talk about, I have to go now. Love you. Bye. Then hang up the phone or get up and leave. How dare I contemplate allowing a stranger to raise my children? They will only be strangers for a few weeks. Then they'll be people your child loves and relies on. And they won't be raising your child any more than their future teachers will be. Tell her ideas are ridiculous and you want different for your child than you had. She homeschooled us as well. She is vehemently against public school. I plan on sending my children to school so they learn to interact with their peer group and make friends. Your mom needs a serious info diet. She can't complain about your choices if she doesn't know about them. Keep it superficial when you do tell her something, and when she complains that she doesn't know anything about your lives, you can tell her she only has herself to blame. She needs you to validate her choices by making the same ones. She knows she has nothing else and needs to prove it's okay. Mom, you raised me to be my own person. Child care talk is now off the table, permanently. Either learn to support me or you won't get access to my baby. Say it now, say it once, get it done. Anytime she brings it up again, you hang up the phone, turn around and leave, just end the conversation or visit completely. Back to my MIL. When I got married, my mom threw me a bridal shower. MIL was up about the whole thing, texting 4 times a day offering help despite my mother insisting she had everything covered. MIL invited her father along and was a royal B***TCH to me, to the point of making all my guests uncomfortable. To avoid this for my baby shower, I told MIL that she could throw the one for her side and my mom will handle our song. MIL's response? I'm fine with a joint shower if your mom is. WTF. You were an AZZ to my mom because you were not in charge. Now I am making you in charge and you're mad about it? What? Want to add too, she was nagging us to have grandbabies for 3 years every chance she got. I'm fine with a joint shower if your mom is. This has nothing to do with my mom. DH and I want separate showers. If she pushes as to why we didn't appreciate your behavior at the bridal shower and we are not prepared to subject my side to it again. We didn't appreciate your behavior at the bridal shower and we are not prepared to subject my side to it again. This sentence is the truth and sums up why you really don't want a joint shower. It closes the door to more discussion. After careful consideration, DH and I are fine with not having you included in any baby shower. Your behavior at my bridal shower and attempt to co-opt my side of the family's shower has earned you this consequence. Is she the kind that would let your mom do all the work and cover all the expenses, and then take full credit anyway? My mom did all the legwork for my bridal shower and MIL showed up to supervise and inject her opinions. I won again. I announced my pregnancy on Facebook. I added my mother-in-law to keep track of what she posts. I must admit though she surprised me. She told us I want to wait until you announce to everyone to tell anyone. This is your news. What? A yes moment? Can we celebrate a tiny victory? But if it was all yes, I wouldn't be here. She shared my photo announcement to her wall so all her old biddy friends could give her attention. Well, I didn't give her permission to share my photos, so I reported the photo and it's gone. I'm back on top of the scoreboard. One commenter said, "They are so lucky to have you, you're gonna have so much time with that baby." LOL. Now crazy lady, I'm puking and suffering, yours truly is gonna have so much time with my baby. She should have enjoyed hers instead of dumping them off, not my baby's job. Does she know it was you that reported it? I also want to do this, my FMAL steals photos too. Facebook won't reveal who reports the picture, but assumptions will be made. You'll have plausible deniability. You could even say something like, "Oh, someone probably noticed you were posting pictures of children that aren't yours that can set off some people and make them worry for the safety of children, because of online predators." Edited to add, then just smile and shrug as innocently as you can. Reminds me of what my mom did. I was 2 months into my second pregnancy when we decided to announce, to family only, for Halloween. We dressed my eldest up and the big reveal was taking off the jacket to reveal a onesie that said Big Sister. We made this super clear to both sides of the family that we didn't want it all over Facebook yet. Before I even got home, we live 3 hours from family, my mom had already posted a pic on Facebook, and tagged me, of her and my eldest that said, "The Big Sister." This of course prompted my boss at work to ask me, not in a bad way of course. "Gee. Thanks, Mom." That's awful. She stole that moment from you to share it first. You can update your settings to prevent sharing, that doesn't prevent them from screenshotting though. Aw man. The sharing someone's info/private business without permission is such a pet peeve of mine. I would have blown up. Glad FB sided with you and took it down. Double trouble. justNoMIL, I am having twins. And it's the best because literally every piece of worthless advice my MIL tries to give me I can blink and say, "Well, you never had twins." And she sours right up. She treats pregnancy like a competition, so in her eyes I've somehow won because I dropped 2 eggs. She also is ashamed of being overweight and thinks calling other people fat makes her skinnier. Why get on a treadmill when you can be a bully, right? So why am I ranting? My MIL said I was going to get so fat with twins tonight in that passive-aggressive "oh you are just sensitive" way that the just knows master. I responded with my doctor said she is very proud of my current weight. She says she wishes all her patients could be like me and not use pregnancy as an excuse to get fat. Which is a lie. I had to grip the kitchen counter to keep from being sucked into the vortex that formed in front of her CBF. Then later she wanted to feel the babies, so as she was reaching for my belly I went bah. And she jumped 3 feet and then stormed off. These 2 angels in my womb have given me X to the spine. Block her hand every time. Seems like multiples exponentially explode the just known S. I vote to block her hand with a literal karate chop. Use extreme force. I'd be conveniently wielding a fork or something anytime she's around. Congratulations on your twins. Your handling of your justNoMIL is impressive. You having twins should help protect you in the delivery room too. It's so much more stressful MIL. It's about safety for the babies and me. You only had one, so you wouldn't know. Nothing is worse than people touching you without permission. I had an autoimmune issue that required heparin shots twice daily. I had a severely bruised belly. My DH kept his mom away from me long enough for me to show her my purple band of delightful injection sites. We told her she felt her own kids. My belly was off limits. Oh man, I had a heparin pump for most of mine and it's been 7 years, but I still remember having to stick for a new site over and over. My sweet kiddo was worth it though. Then later she wanted to feel the babies, so as she was reaching for my belly I went bah. And she jumped 3 feet and then stormed off. I smacked quite a few hands who thought they could touch without asking. Let alone a just no. However, this is far funnier than smacking people. I still remember bringing both of my arms down hard on the lady who decided to grab my prego belly when I was squatting down to grab something out of the work fridge. She learned to leave me alone and I had a great story to warn other off. Ah, memories. Welcome to the club. My twins are 20 months old. My GMIL kept calling while I was pregnant to tell DH I'd better lose weight or I'd never manage to gestate the babies successfully. DH shut her down each time, but the last time I took the phone off him, shouted my weight is none of your business you meddling OLDHAG, and she's never met my beautiful, healthy, and extremely well gestated babies. I wish you all the best. Accidentally set her up. Accidentally learned how to expose her. A few posts ago I explained the baby shower drama. I elected to have my mother and mother-in-law throw separate showers so my MIL couldn't make my guests and I uncomfortable like she did at my past bridal shower. I told Mill I wanted separate showers. Behind my back, MIL texted my mother and told my mom that she would like to be included in shower planning, to which my mother responded, "Save by told me we are doing separate showers." I had already told my husband this as well, explaining to him I wanted to include everyone and to honor both women as first-time grandmas, so she couldn't blame me for excluding her. Which is exactly what she tried to do. MIL called husband saying my mom and I are excluding her and of course twisting words of mine and my mother's. But my mom and I kept all texts between MIL and my mom and MIL and me to show my husband, expecting her to do this. When MIL could not make husband believe she was being victimized, she tried to villainize me by manufacturing drama between my sister-in-law and I where there wasn't any drama. Sale called my husband and I in reverse flying monkeyed. MIL double-checked with me that we had no issues and asked my husband/her brother what was wrong with their mother. I explained to SAL that I had elected for separate showers so both women could be included because I knew they were both excited as first-time grandmas, picking my buzzwords and furthering the narrative that I was including both women. It worked and SAL stated their mother could be insane, sometimes thanked us and hung up. I now know how to reverse gaslight MIL. By keeping quiet and not responding to anything negative she says/does, therefore cutting off her narc supply, she will create problems where there aren't any and continually expose herself to the family as an insane person. All I have to do is fake a smile, keep texts, sit back, and eat popcorn. I give it 3 months before my husband is cussing her out, telling her to quit being crazy. Oh, honey, you're doing great. It won't take 3 whole months. She'll last about another 6 weeks. Yep. I bet the shower pushes her over the edge. Baby rabies, party, her narc supply, the perfect trifecta. Ah, the old give them enough rope to hang themselves with approach. Yes indeed. My father was an avid outdoorsman and it's amazing how the same rules that apply to trapping vermin apply to evil mother-in-laws. For the record, reverse gaslighting is also known as being open and honest. Gaslighting is a negative term around these parts, regardless of use. I see your point. I suppose what I should have said was allow her to kick over her own lantern. Oh, awesome. Good job. This is a demonstration of the value of this sub. Being informed and able to spot their crappy drama creating behavior for what it is so you can prepare and neutralize it. Absolutely, this is testament to this forum. While my mother-in-law isn't nearly as bad as others shared on here, she is manipulative and was exacerbating my anxiety/depression, and this forum helped me more than a trained therapist did. I also read the Out of the Fog website, and it has helped me realize that sometimes people are just cruel and you need to treat them accordingly. This doesn't work on all narcs, but when it does it's very empowering. My narc ex did that after I left, and it's a sad degradation but very validating in its way. Narcs just can't help themselves. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.